The next game we are playing also involves chairs. So, Dan, if you'd like to stand for up. Now, can we please have one person go outside? I'm not sure who. Fantastic. Now, Joe is really unattractive in many ways.
You're a beautiful flower, Joe!
So, we're trying to set him up with a date. He's been sadly single for 3 years now. Close to the bone. So we've got 3 people to come sit down these chairs for a game of blind date. Now, as I said, Joe is not really the best looker in the world, and so we've only managed to get together these 3 people, and there is sadly something seriously wrong with all 3 of them. So can you please tell me, aside from the obvious, what is seriously wrong with Johnny?
He's a sexist comic book superheroine.
Sexist comic book superheroine.
As in he's
a woman who's a superhero who's a sexist.
No, who's in a sexist comic book, so always has to do the booze.
The heroine in a sexist comic book, gotcha. What is seriously wrong with Ollie? Too many people.
It's his birthday.
It's his birthday, okay, it's his birthday, and what else?
He thinks he's John Wayne.
He thinks he's John Wayne and it's his birthday. What is very wrong with Neve? Oh, hang on, sorry, John Wayne might be a little bit too precise. Did you say cowboy?
Yeah.
He thinks he's a cowboy and it's his birthday. What's wrong with Neve?
There's nothing wrong with Neve, she's perfect.
Thank you, babe.
Okay, Neve is not only perfect but beyond perfect. She is the epitome of perfect, does everything perfectly, and can never do any wrong.
I'm Mary Poppins.
Yeah, okay, Neve is Mary Poppins. Welcome to the next Rashka! Now, Joe! We have gathered these 3 people from the street for you to try and woo into your bedcloth. Would you like to ask them all questions, find out a little bit about them, and maybe at the end of the show I'll give you one of their numbers and you can take them home?
Question number 1, can I have a chair?
Nope.
Okay. So, contestant A. I like long walks in the park. What do you like to do in the park?
Well, I normally like to, try and save people, but, I always get there, but then, I always need help because, I can only do so much and then I'm just helpless.
Same question to contestant 2.
You repeat the question.
I like long walks in the park. What do you like to do in the park?
I like to just go around shooting.
Worrying. Contestant number C.
Well, I do enjoy a nice walk in the park. Sometimes I do like to, sometimes I just go up on flights of fancy during my walks. Perhaps we'd go and get tea served to us by small penguins. Oh, it would be delightful and whimsical. And I'd have a beautiful hat.
Not number C. My favourite music is, of course, that of the pioneering pop band Anal Cunt. What is your favourite band and why?
Well, my favourite band would have to be, something sort of action, to go with what I do, as a soundtrack. But then it's always ridden by some kind of male, kind of theme over the top of it. It's kind of always ruined by that.
Something manly.
Something manly over the top. It's not my choice, but it always happens, and I can't help it.
I hate it when that happens. Question B to you.
Well, I like to be serenaded by one man on a piano, playing in my favourite bar on a special day that I have once a year.
Right. And number 3.
Well, while I am part of some anal cunt, my favourite sort of music is my own voice, which is perfectly perfect in every way.
Right. And I will always imagine my perfect wedding being me walking down the aisle to the sounds of small animals screaming out in pain as contortionists hum the Star Spangled Banner. How would you plan your perfect wedding?
Did you say small animals in pain? Don't worry, I'll save you! They're saved! But, I had to step back because I'm not apparently the main hero of the story, and there's always a man in front of me, always getting in the way and saving me from saving them.
Sit down.
Dude! No, this is my pose, I have to do it! It's the end of the strip!
Darling, we should
I
talk
can't
later.
move! There's no more pages to be turned!
Number 2. Our one perfect wedding will have to be on this day, this very day, and there'll be no bad guys around because I would have sorted them all.
Still worrying. Number 3.
I'm afraid my work means that I can't marry. I have to fly around to random children, force myself and ultimately change their lives to whimsical music. So I'm afraid I'm sort of married to the job, so to speak.
So, Joseph Roscoe, you anyone you want to go out with?
Well, I considered going out with the female sidekick who's constantly maligned by their male friend.
In a...
Superhero thing.
Ah! Well, I'm sorry, tonight's not your night. I assume, is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I also considered the birthday cowboy.
Fantastic. Sorry,
I
chaps.
give lusciously perfect blowjobs.
While
While that is a tempting offer, Mary Poppins, I am mainly taken by our luscious host.
Yeah!